America, FBI and CIA agents, and fellow cult members. Welcome to Culture Club USA. I'm DiBRAVA. In today's episode of Culture Clips, the Democratic Party has decided to start a shadow government to mirror the actual government that was duly elected by the people. Okay, and no, this is not a political thriller starring Kevin Spacey, okay, on Netflix. No, this is our current reality. Shall we get into it? Let's check this out.
If Trump attempts to weaponize the justice system against his political opponents with Matt Gaetz at the helm, we could see incoming Senator Adam Schiff as our shadow attorney general, arguing against replacing our independent prosecutors with Trump loyalists. If Trump seeks to eliminate the Department of Education, Congresswoman Johanna Hayes, a former Teacher of the Year, could step up as Shadow Education Secretary to loudly defend public education in the United States.
Can you imagine? Okay, they're making a shadow government. First of all, they're doing this out in the open. And then he has the audacity to appoint Adam Schiff, the Russia hoax guy? Are you kidding me? Anybody else, anyone on the conservative side of politics that did something like this, pulled a stunt like this, would be arrested for treason, okay? They would be arrested for treason. This man is a current sitting congressman. We are not looking at a meme. This is not some AI nonsense. This is an actual congressman. Wiley Nickel is his name. That is discussing and laying out an actual shadow government to go against the current president-elect, Donald Trump. I just can't even believe this. This is bizarre. It's bizarre that nothing's being done about this. And here's the thing. Oh, they're saying, oh, they're joking. It's just a joke. It's never a joke. It's never a joke. Look at what we're looking at. I can't even believe this man has the audacity to do this in Congress. Mind you, he's going on all these other news networks doing the same thing, discussing the plan. So you're discussing a plan for a coup, basically, out in the open on television. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my life. They have lost their minds. Democrats have lost their minds. That is how afraid they are of President Trump. I digress.
United States. If Trump orders Marco Rubio to hand Ukraine and much of Eastern Europe to Russian President Vladimir Putin, Congressman Greg Meeks, as Shadow Secretary of State, could be a strong voice in support of maintaining international relationships and protecting democracy at home and abroad. Senator Michael Bennet as Shadow Treasury Secretary and Congresswoman Susan DelBene as Shadow Commerce Secretary could help ensure the middle class and small businesses have a voice in government and call out Trump's proposed tax cuts for billionaires and corporations.
First of all, Donald Trump is cutting taxes for everyone, not just billionaires and corporations, okay? He's cutting taxes for all. Cutting taxes for all. On top of them literally creating a shadow government, a coup. You're not even getting the right information out. You're lying and making up misinformation again. I mean, talk about fact-checking. These people can fact-check everything we do as conservatives, right? Anybody that goes against their narrative is fact-check, canceled, shadow banned. I mean, everyone's accounts are deleted, and they're literally doing this right in Congress. This is crazy.
For billionaires and corporations. As Shadow Defense Secretary, Congressman Adam Smith, a great representative for the people of Washington and not a Fox News host, could counter Trump's threat to use military force against his political opponents and work to ensure that the Department of Defense stays loyal to the Constitution and not some wannabe dictator. And Senator Tammy Duckworth could argue against cuts to the Department of Veterans Affairs that would delay the benefits and care our service members have so rightly earned. If Trump hands over the EPA to big oil ally Lee Zeldin, we could see Congresswoman Kathy Castor pushing back for environmental protection and conservation to protect the air we breathe and the water we drink.
By the way, okay, pay close attention. Make a log of all the names that he's putting out, okay? Because these are all the rhinos, okay? And everybody else that's ready to go against Trump, okay? And to stop Trump's cabinet, okay? These are all the people that are about to stop Trump's cabinet. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. And by the way, are they going to impeach him from Congress or what? Are they going to impeach him from Congress or what? Just curious.
Water we drink. And if Trump pushes to ban abortion nationwide, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro could step in as Shadow Secretary of Health and Human Services to defend women's right to choose and argue against the gutting of Medicare by Trump and his cronies. Mr. Speaker, new times require new...
You know what? I got to bring this back. You notice something? Everything is if Trump, if Trump, if Trump. Just making stuff up. Look, and if Trump pushes to ban abortion nationwide, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro look at this, could step in as Shadow Secretary of Health. Have you ever seen that? Shadow Secretary of Health. This man is literally laying out an actual coup against President-elect Donald Trump and our government. He is actually laying out a coup against us. Us. What's next? What is next? I'm just curious here. I mean, let's think about this for a second, okay? The Democrats have had a lot of power. They've had pretty much all the power, especially for the past 4 years, okay? When will they be stopped? Trump is clearly going to stop them. He's basically telling everybody what he's going to do, which I don't know if necessarily the smartest thing. But this is their comeback for this. They're just going to make a shadow government, go against the people. Like, what happened to the Constitution? What happened to what this country was built on? I'm just so lost at how this is going on right in front of our very eyes. It's nuts.
To defend women's right to choose and argue against the gutting of Medicare by Trump and his cronies. Mr. Speaker, new time...
Lies, lies, lies. The gutting of Medicare by Trump and his cronies. Listen to the verbiage. Listen to the keywords, okay? Cronies, Trump, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Mr. Speaker, new times require new solutions. The shadow cabinet isn't just about opposing extreme MAGA attacks on our government. It's also about making clear what we stand for.
Extreme MAGA attacks on our government. But Antifa doesn't exist. It's just an idea. Okay.
It's also about making clear what we stand for, not just what we're against.
By the way, just keep this in mind, okay? All of the names that this man, okay, Congressman Wiley Nickel, just spewed out, okay, his shadow government. These are all people, including rhinos, that are about to go against Trump's cabinet, okay? This is what they're planning. And they're doing everything in plain sight. Everything in plain sight. They can do whatever they want when they're in charge, okay? But Trump can do nothing. I mean, you can't even appoint people. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. This is actually insanity. Now, can you imagine what would happen if this was a Republican doing this? Just think about it. Can you imagine if this was a Republican doing this? I mean, forget about it. Forget about it. Everybody, every social media account this man had, or whoever, if it was on the right, would be canceled. He'd be done. No one would speak to him. This man is actually sitting on talk shows discussing this. Discussing this plan. Now, here's the other thing. Who designed this? You think he did it? Because I don't believe that for 1 second. Let's see who actually created this debacle, this shadow government. All right, let's get into it.
Forced Trump to throw out anything with 47th president on it. And there's one more idea, a shadow government, similar to the UK, a group of lawmakers that mirrors the cabinet and publicly challenges them. Say Senator-elect Adam Schiff as shadow attorney general, Congressman Gregory Meeks, Secretary of State, or Colorado Senator Michael Bennet as Treasury Secretary. Well, that idea isn't just coming from a strategist, but a lawmaker. And joining me now, the man behind...
Can you imagine, not to cut her? I mean, look, who wrote this? George Soros? I mean, she's basically just going down the line. They've all got the memo. They all have the shadow government, okay? They all have the names, the titles, the positions. It's already done. It's already in the plan. It's already in the works. They probably did this long before Trump was even elected. I mean, this is nuts. This is a CNN reporter discussing this. Oh, I can't even fathom this. And then these news organizations wonder why they're going out of business and wonder why no one trusts their reporting. No one takes them seriously, why they're a joke, why people would rather listen to Joe Rogan and Tim Pool for their news. Come on.
Strategist, but a lawmaker. And joining me now, the man behind this idea, Congressman Wiley Nickel, a Democrat from North Carolina. No dream music needed. You're in person with us.
Again, the man behind this, no, he's not behind it, okay? No. No, the only thing he's behind is waxing his eyebrows like he does. No. The deep state is behind this. He's just the face of it. Now, I wonder what they're going to do to him when it doesn't work.
No dream music needed. You're in person with us. Congressman, why do you think this is the way to possibly challenge this administration?
First of all, this is something we can do. This is something that definitely can happen. And they've been doing it for over 100 years in the UK. Mm-hmm. So this is an idea that his time has come. And if we do the exact same thing against Trump, we're going to get the same results. We have to step up our game. We have to go toe-to-toe with Trump. And it's not just about saying, what we're against. It's about saying what we're for and putting our best messengers out there to go toe-to-toe. They put Elise Stefanik at the UN. We should have someone going one-on-one with her, talking about what we would do better and why the choices they make are wrong.
So can you imagine what he's actually saying? First of all, they've been doing it in the UK for years and years. So let's do what UK does in Australia and everything, so we can do it because they've been doing it. Excuse me, sir. This is the United States of America. This is not the UK. Okay, number one. Okay, I mean, it's like when your parents tell you, you can't go over here to sleep over your girlfriend's house. Well, why not? Andrea can. Well, this isn't Andrea's house. Well, this is not the UK, buddy. This is the United States of America. How he is sitting in Congress still and hasn't been removed and impeachment started is beyond my imagination, okay? I can't even believe what I'm looking at here. This is CNN. First he was in Congress, now he's in CNN. I mean, where does it end?
They make a wrong.
So what would this look like? It would be somebody who acts as if it was, State of the Union, a response they would give every time there is a major speech or press conference, or they'd have their own issue or white papers. What would this look like in practice?
First and foremost, it's about accountability. It's about keeping public pressure on every member of the cabinet. When they step out of line, you got someone, who is there ready to call them out. That's something we don't have. You've got an issue with the EPA.
Can you imagine again? People, the Democratic Party is doing this out in the open. This is treason. You cannot be sitting in Congress discussing and laying out a plan, presenting it to the speaker, and going on CNN talking about how you're going to make a coup against the government because you don't like who the people, okay, of America, the United States, elected as president, okay? This is crazy. This is crazy. Think about what I'm saying. Anybody on the right, any conservative voice that ever tried this, in or out of Congress, would be in jail for treason. This commentator on CNN would be fired immediately if it was on Fox. Imagine Fox News doing this. Imagine. Fox News would be canceled so fast, we wouldn't know what hit us.
EPA, you've got the spokesman taking a counterpoint right away on your show. That's the point of it, something where leadership, Hakeem Jeffries, Schumer, they could appoint folks, and we've got a ready match to go toe-to-toe. And it's worked well in the UK.
There are some who would look at this and criticize it and suggest that you'd be delegitimizing this administration, not simply giving an alternative accountability vehicle. What do you say to those who'd question this as a ploy to try to undermine a decisive victory?
I think it's about making sure that they're accountable. That's the whole point of it. And, you know, like anything, you start it from scratch. You get to do it our own way, our own American way.
Our own American way? He had the audacity to say American way? The American way? Buddy, you know, they call Donald Trump a dictator. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Everything they say about President Trump, they actually are. Just remember that. Everything that they say and call and label President Trump, they actually are. And they're doing it right in front of our faces with no shame, no respect for our Constitution or how this republic works. This is crazy.
You know, they've certainly they've done it for a while again in the UK. But, you know, what I want to do is I want an answer. I want a message on our issues. I want to talk about the stuff that we want to do. So in the next election, we say, okay, you know, Trump is deporting, you know, families. This is the policy we would put in place.
First of all, here he goes, get more lies. You see how they just sneak in all the nonsense, the lies? I mean, deporting families. No, Trump is deporting illegal citizens. Where are they coming up with The View? Oh, Trump's deporting families, deporting. The View is actually saying that Trump is going to deport American citizens. Okay, this is going to be the new narrative. No, if you're here illegally and you had a child here and it's an infant or a toddler or whatever or under the age of 18 and can't take care of themselves, why would you not go back home with the child? I mean, so that means he's deporting, you know, families? No, you're deporting families that are not citizens, okay? If you're not a citizen, you're here illegally, that's a crime. That's a crime. I mean, I just cannot fathom what I'm even hearing.
And that's what you get with the shadow cabinet.
Well, and that's what you get with a shadow cabinet. And you heard it right from a congressman yourself, Wiley Nickel. A shadow government that the Democratic Party has decided to create, okay, to mirror our actual government. Well, it's going to be a long fight, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this little culture clip, and I have more coming for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm DiBRAVA. Take care.